Things are getting spicy, even though it's pretty cold here. Things are getting spicy in Michigan Stadium after Michigan's 42-27 victory over Ohio State because Jim Harbaugh had some not-so-veiled comments for Ohio State coach Ryan Day. Doug, you were in the postgame. You were playing me audio of the postgame press conference where Jim Harbaugh says, I'm paraphrasing here, this is the exact quote, but some people are standing on third base and think they hit a triple, and they didn't. And then somebody on that voice recorder starts going, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was definitely me. Yeah, no, it's definitely
That was Doug.
No, yeah, I wasn't doing it like in the press conference, just because you could hear it because my voice was there. Because it was the end of the news conference. Jim Harbaugh was asked about sort of like like bulletin board kind of stuff. Did that motivate Michigan? And he was like, yeah, it spurred us on. And then he said that, and it was like the last thing he said. And the way he said it was third base, and they're not. Like he really was trying, but he definitely we heard him say it. So like it's on. Like it is on. Like if you thought like that coaches have defined this rivalry, right? And like Woody and Bo. And then it was like Tressel kind of had Lloyd Carr, and then he had like a little bit of Rich Rod, and then Urban sort of beat a bunch of like ding dong, and then started beating Jim Harbaugh. And I think we thought it was going to be Urban and Harbaugh. We all did. What is Harbaugh and Ryan Day? Because by the way, like all this NFL stuff that sort of surrounds both of them sometimes, nobody's going anywhere. Not now. Harbaugh's not leaving now that he won, and Ryan Day's not leaving now that he lost. Let's do this. This is real, because it all goes back to this, again, the reported thing on the Big Ten coaches call, and Ryan Day tells his team we're going to hang 100 on him. Like, Michigan's aware of that for sure, and that is absolutely what Jim Harbaugh was referencing with Ryan Day. Like, hey, I'm Jim Harbaugh. I had to rebuild this Michigan program from scratch when I got here. You inherited a juggernaut from one of the greatest coaches of all time. And, like, you're giving me guff, Ryan Day? You like this? Like, that's where we are now. Like, this, not only is the rivalry back for the programs, I think these guys don't like each other, and we're going to get more and more of that as this goes on. Day versus Harbaugh.
Steven, how do you see this sort of matchup of personalities affecting this rivalry?
I love it. It's the suburbs versus the inner city kids, basically. That's basically what he said. He basically said Ryan Day was born with a silver spoon in his mouth while he had to kind of get it out the mud a little bit. I love it because it's two different polar opposites. I love it if this is what it's going to be. And I love it because Ryan Day's personality, I know he comes off as like the boy wonder and really nice guy, smooth face, all that stuff. But he's a little cocky. And whether it's what he said on that press call, some of the stuff he'll say on the slide when he's talking in press conferences, or if you're just around at the day camps and the way he talks trash to his own players and stuff like that, I'm for it. I'm all for it. Rivalries are always better when coaches and players talk trash through the media. And if that's the place we're going to get to again, because Aiden Hutchinson, I'm sure, was talking trash as well. I'm sure we're going to see some of these Ohio State players talking trash as well. Bryson Shaw wasn't really talking trash, but he did kind of bring up the fact that, trust me, we'll be back next year and we're not going to forget this. So I'm all for it. I'm all for talking trash to the media. That's what makes sports fun.
Yeah, I was thinking, you guys know, I don't know how much cooking you guys do. You know how sometimes a stovetop has like a double burner where there's like two rings? I feel like only one burner of this stovetop has been working for a while, and now finally this second burner is kicked in, and now we've got some real heat here. Like, it's been a while. Like, and Michigan had to win. It's not like Jim Harbaugh all of a sudden today, like on his way down from the field to the press conference, somebody told him, "Oh, hey, did you guys know that like Ryan Day said some stuff?" Like, this has been percolating in them for a while. It's been brewing. Like, they've been ready to explode for a while, but they had to win, and that's what kind of opens the doors to this. So I'm already looking forward to next year. I've never actually covered the game at Ohio Stadium because of last year's cancellation, which obviously also added some fuel to this fire. You don't think that like Michigan knew that there were Ohio State fans and probably people within the program who wondered about the circumstances of that, as legitimate as that is or not? Like, that's been part of this. So I'm ready for it. I agree with you guys. Like, I think it is on. And I think it's going to be fun.
I do have some third base context here. In the context of, like, the program.
Doug has never been to third base.
I have two kids, man. And in third base context, and in terms of the program they inherited, I think Jim Harbaugh, like, is kind of right. In terms of, like, general over third, just like context, right? Jim Harbaugh's dad was an assistant at Michigan, and then Jim Harbaugh was the Michigan head coach, and then came and was the Michigan coach, and, like, everybody in his family is a coach. And Ryan Day's dad passed away when he was a kid, and he's from New Hampshire, and like he crafted this career. So like, there's like big picture third base and like specific third base, which I'm sure Ryan Day is going to do as he's punching his Jim Harbaugh speed bag in the offseason.
Ryan Day has from the time he got here, of all the things that he had to choose what to take or leave between what Urban Day left him, he kept the emphasis on the Michigan game, and because of that, he's been able to kind of thump his chest after the wins, or the one win that he'd had in this series, and kind of proclaim Ohio State's dominance and how important that game was to them, and how much of an achievement it was for them. And now today was Jim Harbaugh's chance to do the same.
One more thing, because then we get out of it, because I'm very cold, as y'all can see. Ryan Day put up 62 points and 56 points the last 2 times he played Michigan. And now he just scored only 27 points, will probably be the best offense he's had since he's been here. He's going to have to think about that all year. This makes this fun next year.
And the last thing, Jim Harbaugh is 1-5 against Ohio State, which is still not a good record. He's 1-1 against Ryan Day. So what do you want to lean into? Jim Harbaugh is going to lean into Jim Harbaugh versus Ryan Day.
I agree. 614-350-3315. Text analysis every day from Buckeye Talk.